refers to there are statements of witnesses who have disclosed of delivery of cash at the residence of the applicant.
Yes. If
Police
if,
says to say asa.
correct. If there are statements to say that money is also delivered at Digambar's house.
Correct. That was my point.
Then maybe the court will accept that also. See, finally, what is the information we do not know.
Correct. Because the say that police
Correct.
filed in the court
Correct. The
opposing Digambar's anticipatory
Correct.
bail
Yes.
also said that the cash was delivered to him in so much installments and so much money.
And that say may be backed by the 164 statements.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is a quite valid point.
Correct.
That is a very
Correct.
No, it also means
Yeah.
that the entire truth had not been confessed in America, because there it's one minister. So obviously we may have to send it back to the Americans
Yeah.
to say that there is more money involved. Two ministers involved.
Yeah. So
Please
compound
investigate.
them more.
Exactly.
So compound the
because
company more.
sentencing is left still there. So if two ministers are bribed,
Yeah.
the offense become more grave in America. I hope this fellow is conveyed there.
सेकंड जो इश्यू आसा तो म्हळ्यार न्यू जर्सीचो तुमकां दिसता की थंयच्यान समजा ताणें कॉपरेट केलें ना दे डोंट सेंड एनी डॉक्युमेंट्स फ्रॉम देर this case can be a standalone case on its own.
No, the way I would look at it, the question of them sending documents doesn't arise. Because since it is a public document, like in India, if there is any court order, conviction, acquittal, any citizen can apply and get a copy of the entire court proceedings. I can apply for and get a copy. I would presume that the same law is in America. So anyone, you see, this, if the matter is under investigations, then the government may send letter rogatories and get details. Here there is a conviction by the court.
Correct.
So already as far as the case is concerned, it has come to a conclusion. So those records and proceedings become public property. They should be available to the government. I would presume so. Where's the question of waiting for it?
Where is the question of waiting for it?
Yes.
दूसरी गजाल आसा की was it a tactical error by Churchill's legal team not to ask him to go for anticipatory bail
Yes,
plea
yes.
the way
Correct.
Digambar went? And
Correct.
why?
See, correct. See, the
And how
way-
would you have looked at the scenario?
See, I would say the time Vachasundar withdrew his bail application, it was very clear that he was giving statements against them. So that was a time where he should have gone for anticipatory bail. And the same way what Digambar did.
तुम्ही एक उतरांतरी चर्चेला म्हणपानी कर म्हणून
That is precisely the point. You see.
I can ask this question only to Radha.
Yes.
तुम्ही एक उतरांतरी
No,
म्हणपाची
Churchill will
चर्चेला
come. You see what happened. Once I was aware of this,
Yeah.
I phoned up Churchill rather than Churchill phoning me up.
Oh.
Yes, he said something has happened. I said, you will be the next one. I told him very clearly, you will be the next one to be arrested. What to do? I said, we'll move for anticipatory bail. I'm coming over, he says. I said, you come. But see that you lie low. You just give me a wakalatnama. By 8:30, he said, he's coming to my house. 8:30. So I said, fine, you come. In fact, 8 o'clock, I told him to come slightly late because my wife was a bit ill. I had to go to the doctor. 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him at home. He doesn't come. He's not available on the phone either. And then around 12:30 or something, I get phone call from media that Churchill is arrested in the night. You understand, no? Now, when I contacted him a day later in jail, he mentions one or two police officers. They said, see, we want to settle your matter. Please come to Agasai. And he said, I'll come over to Silvera's house, former minister. So he went over to Silvera's house, accompanied by his nephew. They are almost always in the car. And once he was there, they said, we'll go around and arrested him. This is what happened.
Correct.
See, it is not that Churchill was not advised. Churchill was very clearly advised, at least by me, that I told him also, it's better that you move along with Digambar.
So,
We can argue the matter together. And if you are granted, you'll get it. If you are not granted, you go in with
So
Digambar.
the
This is what I
basic
told
thing
him.
is if Churchill had landed at your residence, he wouldn't have landed at Kulwale.
Yes, I'm pretty
That is
sure
what-
of that.
that is
Yes,
what you're
yes,
saying.
yes.
That is what you're pretty sure about.
Pretty sure he knows it. I mean, I got irritated with him after he was arrested. I said, you act in your own way and this is what happens.
दुसरी गजाल आनी another sentence म्हाका मुद्दम जाय की the order says that coming back to the facts of the present matter, I have already observed that the applicant/accused is in custody at present and the investigation agency needs sufficient time to dig out the deep-rooted conspiracy in order to find out the truth.
Yeah.
So the court is observing, and the same judge who is going to pronounce that order of Digambar Kamal, that investigation agency needs more time to dig out the truth.
See,
You still needs to be
correct.
inside.
See, correct.
Yeah.
That line which you are reading may have it's bearing from what he has said earlier. If I can see that line, it
Yes.
looks like the judge feels that his being out will hamper investigation. The judge possibly feels that his being out will hamper investigation. He may interfere with the witnesses. He may interfere with the investigation. That is what the judge feels.
And there is another line which is that the applicant is capable of tempering the witness.
Correct.
And evidence of the case which is to his exclusive knowledge is having much substance and cannot be brushed aside lightly. So this is a very crucial point, that Churchill exclusively knows where is the evidence, who can be the evidence or / witness, and you just cannot brush that aside lightly and allow him to walk free at this point of time.
Yeah, what happens is,
Yeah.
Churchill is now sent into judicial custody, which means the police can't touch him, police cannot investigate.
And
See,
Churchill also cannot touch anybody.
No, Churchill is in, yes,
Correct.
in judicial
Yes,
custody.
he cannot touch
He
anybody.
cannot touch anybody.
Yes.
And
Now
yeah.
He
that
cannot
is
interfere
precise-
with witnesses.
He cannot interfere with
Yes,
witnesses.
so therefore,
Yeah.
Churchill being able to influence wouldn't arise if they want to dig, what is the use word term there?
Yeah.
Dig.
To dig deep-rooted conspiracy.
Exactly.
And come out with that complete
the
truth.
police cannot do with Churchill in judicial custody.
Yes.
If they wanted Churchill, then he should have been in police custody. So the question of, unless they use some electronic spade,
Yeah.
you see today they're digging also, you know what happens, all sorts of things. So with Churchill, the issue is whether his detention in judicial custody is required. Because he is not available for police investigation.
Correct.
The court himself has seen to it that he is not available for police investigation. So he is beyond the reach of the police now.
तुम्ही कशी पळयता हाजे कडेन की this will go against Digambar also?
I am unable to tell you right now because I do not know what were the arguments. But if the court feels that his being out will hamper the investigation, that will also apply to him.
Correct.
But I do not know what has been the argument at that level.
But logically it looks
Logically, it should.
दुसरी गजाल तुम्ही म्हणटा की हायकोर्टाची गजाल.
Yeah.
What we have heard right now, and I would like you to confirm that also, that जो judge criminal matters handle करतालो, exactly on the same day, 19th August, when the Digambar's plea will come up for hearing in the special court, he is handing over the charge of the
No,
hearing
correct.
criminal matters to another
See,
judge.
correct. What has happened
Is that a fact?
there has been change in assignment, and the criminal assignment was with Judge Badang. Now it goes to Judge Vadani.
And that is exactly
And
on
that is on the
19th.
19th. The change takes place on 19th.
But I should not ask this question, but still I'm asking. Do you think it is just a pure coincidence?
I do not know.
No, but what?
Or you
no,
also
no,
would not like to
no,
comment?
I am not like Cleopatra.
Ah,
I
okay,
like-
okay. That's why I can openly ask you that question. Tell me.
See what happens, what I understand is,
Yeah.
this Justice Mohit Shah was a contender for Chief Justice Mohit Shah was a contender for the Supreme Court post.
Correct.
For a elevated. Now the Bar Association of the Supreme Court has passed a resolution that he should not be elevated to the Supreme Court. Now this is something which is very rarely done. No advocates are going to meet and discuss unless they have very serious objections. And their objections on record appear to be that Justice Mohit Shah has manipulated posting of judges earlier in the Gujarat incidents. And all.
Right, yes.
This is the impression of the Bar Council of the Supreme Court Advocates Association. That is why they have vehemently opposed that his elevation to the Supreme Court.
Correct.
You understand? Precisely because according to them, he has a history of manipulating judges, putting judges here and wherever it suits a particular purpose. That is the reason, and he is still the Chief Justice of.
And what
Bombay
about
High
the
Court.
change of assignment? You
No,
say that it's
on
a-
this particular case, I will not be able to say so. But that particular Chief Justice has allegations of doing this against him. Allegations by the advocates, by the Supreme Court Bar Association, not by ordinary people.
Correct.
All the top lawyers feel that he should not be elevated.
And that would not happen just like that. You're saying that-
No, I wouldn't want to say that. You see, it is not for me to say, but I am giving a background of what are the allegations against Justice Mohit Shah.
म्हाका लास्ट गजाल सांगात, कितली हाजो पॉलिटिकल फॉलआउट जो आसा सालसेती भितर, चर्चिल केन्ना तरी भायर येतलो, नाव तो भायर येतलो तेन्ना ताका सिंपती मेळटली काय दिस इज द फायनल टेंटिंग ऑफ चर्चिल?
You see, earlier it was a different world. Today, I think the people are a little more pragmatic. They do not go much with the leaders or what they say. You see, they have learned a lesson with Manohar Parrikar also. You see, last time they were voted to power, BJP was voted to power, precisely because people had high expectations from them. But nothing of that sort has happened. So Churchill also, you see, he's been around for long. Initially, in that momentum, people come out to you. So now Churchill will have to go and pick up every vote. I don't think there would be a massive surge in his favor as was there earlier.
No sympathy wave.
Yes, then there won't be a wave. But there is, in fact, my impression is that lot of people feel that, see, one thing what I have noticed is no one believes that Digambar and Churchill have not accepted money. No one believes that. Whether they accept is not an issue. In public, everybody says, puch getletani. But a large number of people say that what Churchill has taken has also been distributed. So that is where his sympathy lies.
Again, that Robin Hood image comes back to
exactly.
Churchill said.
Yes, whereas that same thing is not being said about Digambar. He might have something within his constituency. Whereas Churchill has this image of being able to give anything to anyone at any time without looking into why or how. You understand? Without looking at an obligation. Yes, that may come. He has robbed, but he has given. This is the public perception.
That might not come to his rescue in court of law, but that will come to his rescue in election.
Election time, yes, that may happen. This perception.
For Digambar, how are you looking at it?
See, actually, I agree with Radha to some extent. As far as Benauli, his constituency is concerned, I don't see it would matter much. Whether he is
You're saying it is advantage Churchill.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm saying it would not matter much because Churchill is no saint.
Okay.
And people knew his image earlier also, what he was, what he stood for. People elected him. People have been electing Churchill, Mickey, Montcruz, and now Kaito.
So this is just another
according to me, for Benauli, it may not matter.
This is just another episode.
Yes. But
Digambar?
Digambar, it would matter.
It
would taint his credibility.
So
if his bail is rejected, it would certainly matter.
It would certainly matter. Whatever may be the charge sheeting
Correct,
or whatever,
whatever, yes.
But this taint will remain forever, at least, and affect him in the next election.
Correct.
That is the thing. हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता. खूब बरी डिस्कशन जालां. सामकी नशिबान सामकी ऑर्डर ही टायमार हातां आयली आनी ताची विस्कटावणी जाल्या सामान्य लोकांच्या भाशे भितर. म्हाका दिसता म्हत्वाची गजाल बुधवाराक कितें जाता दिगंबर कामतीच्या ऑर्डर बेल एप्लिकेशनाचेर तें पळोवचें पडटलें. आनी परत अशेंच कायद्याची विस्कटावणी करपी आनी ताचो परिणाम लिगल आनी पॉलिटिकल हाजेर भासाभास करपा खातीर एक पॅनल घेवन आमी ज्या मोमेंटाक दिगंबर बाबाची ऑर्डर जाता रोखडेच ताजे उपरांत लायव्ह तुमचे बरोबर आसतले. तुमी आयले दोगी जाण इतली बरी भशेन विस्कटावणी केली. थँक्स अ लॉट पळयत रावात प्रुडंट. नमस्कार.